Alright, I know this is the one that everyone's been waiting for. Oh, whoops, there we go. Alright, whoops, oops, oh, a lot of stuff's going on. Whoopsies. Okay, there we go. Team me. I am here, as usual, doing my little, knocking out some base reviews, giving out some basic callouts, some tips and tricks, and some basic map knowledge. Ordana isn't loading for some reason right now, but oh, there we go. Flashbang as per usual. Basically, I'm gonna just be giving a quick little rundown on Ordana, all the callouts, all the basic pushes that you want to do, and how you want to play this in a very general, dumbed down, simple aspect. The best way to learn how to play it better is through experience, but for people that are just starting out leading or might be confused on some things that are like little nitpicky things, this is the video for you. So firstly, there's a few points. So there's gate, which is the big gate. There's mid, which is the mid, if you didn't guess. Then there's far left or hanger, which is the far left or hanger. And then there is, last but not least, the bottom, which is all the way down here. Don't fall in the lava, by the way, that kills you. The bottom, which is right here. I guess we'll start with gate. So I'm just gonna go through the entire map, explain all the callouts, and like basic retakes for each point and how to hold each point. So gate, first off, as you're coming up gate, you come up here like this. Their mid team is probably gonna shoot back at you, depending on your leader. You should probably have one person shot calling gate for you if you are the leader and you are not gate. Um, I personally prefer leading on mid. However, it is personal preference, and you can do whatever you want when you are leading, because you're the leader. If you're on gate, have a shot caller mid. If you're on mid, have a shot caller gate. Ordana is a map where you kind of need a second shot caller. Anyways, you come down here, you heal each other, you don't die to the mid cross, on the gate cross, because they're all going to shoot at you probably. Or, if you're experienced and have a team that's good, you can all shoot back as you cross, which is good because oftentimes their mid is going to overpeak. So you can heal up, come here, and then you can shoot back all of a sudden, bam, get a bunch of kills. Then, this is our ramp. Right here is bottom gate. This is their ramp. And then out here are pads. This is Balk. It's very important that you call this bottom, and you call this bottom pads or pads, and then this Balk slash pads. Technically, this is Balk, not pads. However, let's say you are in gate and someone pads up, you can say pads, pads, pads if you see it, because you're zoomed out like a pro leader. When you see it, say pads, your team will look outside to check the pads, see someone padded up or padding down, someone in this area, and then kill them. So even though technically it's not like correct, you can kind of still get away using that call out. Basically, there's our side, of course, other side. This is term room. This is their ramp. When you're on gate, try to use specific callouts. Don't just say ramp. Say our ramp, their ramp, ramps if it's both ramps. Their side pad, their side balk, our side balk, their pads, our pads. Those little details are very important. Basically, let's say you both are full 12. Let's say the first point is gate, or your whole team is off spawn coming gate, and their whole team is off spawn coming gate, and you both have your full 12 in ramps. The default push usually is everyone's gonna run it down, try and swing each other. Maybe a lot of people try and run it into term. What I find works best from looking and leading with my peers and from my personal experience is you come here, you swing quick, get a kill or two if you can, then heal up a second, then they're probably gonna dive in term here. That's fine. Don't worry about term for a second. You can all overextend outside of the term room. Someone, you can sit here, shoot them, overextend, kill everyone outside of term, shove all the way here to their ramp, make sure they're all out of term or dead. Heal up a second, say, okay, we're going to push into term here. 3, 2, 1, push in term. Then you fight it, you win it, you cap it, and then the default hold is usually holding their side. Since I'm in Seoul and on the Astartes team, of course, I'll be doing this from an Astartes perspective, a Seoul perspective, but however you can do this, it works both ways. It's a fair zone, it's mirror. What I find typically works best when it's a gate point is to have your 2 or 3 best players. It depends on how many good players you have, but you should definitely always have like 2 or 3 of your best players shooting shooting at the off spawns here as they come up to gate. This is super useful, and if anyone's like kind of, you know, hiding or being a chud by themselves and without their battle brother or a battle buddy, you can get this beam here, come back in, you know, heal up, come back, kill them again. Yeah, so once they're rallied up bottom gate, they're all going to be sitting here like this if they're smart, until they have like enough people to push. There's a few things they can do here. It's literally like 3 things. They can either go pads, they can go their ramp, or they can overextend through bottom and go your ramp. The best way to counter this as a leader is to zoom out like this, just towards mid. You can see if they go pads. If they go pads, once they get past the first pillar, you can slam on them, and that's the best time, because if you wait longer, you're letting them like kind of like wait for you to slam, and they can pad up. But if you slam earlier, like right here, and come behind them, you can kind of, you know, rat around, pad up behind them as they're confused and like scared and stuff, and kind of get those easy kills on those people in the back that are baiting or whatever. Then pad back up, fight the rest. Let's say it's ramp. Let's say it's one side ramp. You gotta be careful when you look only at ramps. You should always make sure that they don't send a balk flank or flank your side. But the idea is, let's say, you know, you're here, you're zooming out, you're watching it. No one's going through bottom to your side. They're all just coming their ramp. You all just play back here. As soon as you see someone get to this corner, as soon as you see the first pixel of their arm, you call you can say it like, okay, as soon as we see him ramp, we're gonna all shoot back. Everyone get ready to swing. Then, as soon as you see that pixel, swing, 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 swing. You beam the crap out of them. Everyone wide swings. It's total demolition. It's like when the Death Star blew up that planet in the Star Wars movie, A New Hope. I think it was Alderaan. Um, don't quote me on that. I'm a little rusty on my Star Wars lore knowledge. But anyways, yeah, like you should absolutely obliterate them. It should be a massacre and kill these guys, you know. Then if they have a flank, you kill the flank. You know, if they have 2 or 3 left, maybe they're low, you could call a peek out to kill them, or peek out to kill them. However, this is super duper freaking troll, because if they have all spawns with brains, the ones that died early are probably going to be up around Gen at this point. They're going to see that. The person that you're trying to kill are going to be hiding behind these pillars, meaning you're going to wide swing out, and their off spawns are just going to obliterate you into nothingness. Yeah. So let's say gate point's done. We gotta rotate. So if you're mid, let's say our leader, as we say in Soul, we say let's hit the pre, or it's a fancy term for pre-rotate. Means we're gonna take map control. That means our mid team is leaving gate, and they're gonna go to mid. Means our gate team is gonna stay gate. Same thing, vice versa, wherever you are. Let's say it's hangar. Your mid team's gonna go mid off spawn. Your gate team's gonna go gate off spawn. The best pathing is to make sure you're with a friend or something. You come here, you come here, you heal for a second, come here, make sure you heal for a second, then you guys just cross, come here, heal for a second, and then come here and heal for a second. It does not have to be that slow. You can also just walk it right down. But just know that their team is going to be focusing those that are crossing. So if they have off spawns, or like let's say they pre-rotate early, and you try and rotate from gate to mid with your mid team should die in a real world scenario. They're gonna probably have some stat pattern red pipes. So you're gonna be beaming. They're gonna have their mid team jumping up and down like this, like monkeys, just absolutely friggin'. You know, someone over here probably just beam that kid in the back that's too stupid, or it's too stupid to be with the push, or someone who has like 8 million ping, so like Chinese or something. No hate towards Chinese people. It's just the truth. You guys have really bad ping compared to Americans, and even compared to Europeans. So you know, there's always gonna be that young guy in the back with the bad ping. Make sure you catch him if you can. As the leader, make sure you tell your team, hey, catch the back, catch the back, catch the back. A good team will always focus. A good leader will always call it, and a good team will always automatically focus the ones that are low in the back of the push. They have less heals, they're easier to kill, and they're going to be lower health. So let's say we got the pre-rotation mid, and we have gate. Perfect. If we have gate, you can overextend mid as much as you want. Basically, you say, all right, overextend mid, gate shoot for us. If you have gate, I usually find it safer to overextend around the right than come back and swing left, because if you think about it, if you come around the left, they can swing and shoot back at you, which while staying protected from the gate angle. So let's say you come here, you swing left, you are in a whole world of hurt here from their mid team, and gate team cannot shoot for you at all, basically. However, if you go around the right, their mid team can't shoot at you, because if they do, when you have gate, of course, you should never overextend on mid if you don't have gate. If their mid team tries to come up here and peek you overextending right, gate will absolutely like slaughter them like people in what was that George Orwell novel? It's like the one about the animals, Animal House or Slaughterhouse. I don't remember, but you're gonna get your whole team's gonna die. So don't do it. You come here and you say, all right, overextend the right. Or my personal preference of how I call this is overextend the run. All right, mid team, let's go. We're gonna overextend the right and then swing the left. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So we're overextend the right with a similar type of pathing. Swing the left. 3, 2, 1, go. Swing, swing, swing. And then we swing the left and we kill their whole mid team. You know, we kill this last guy or two over here. We run back. Depending on the timing of it, the next best thing to do if you are overextended on mid, if it's midpoint, or just overextended on mid in general, is either if their gate team is on gen or in this general area where my cursor is that I'm shooting, and you know that their team is going to be there because you just got a lot of kills on gate before you did the overextension, and then now that the overextension is done, they're going to be up there. Mid team, run back and shoot the gate cross. You have to be careful with this. Some groups, like some more experienced players in clans, they like to go and they will sit bottom gate and just sit here, and they will wait for you to peek that, and they will just absolutely pre-fire beam your whole team. Even if you're here, same thing. They will abuse that, so you have to be careful. Same thing with pad. So if a gate team, if you're on mid and someone ever goes bottom gate, you should immediately call it out if you see it as a leader, and if you don't see it and someone says it in chat, you should be repeating it and looking bottom gate and killing those people first. If their whole team is bottom gate, then it depends on the situation. The first thing what this means is if their gate team is bottom gate, while the point is mid, while you have gate, what they're probably trying to do is go bottom gate so your gate team slams, and then their mid team overextends while you're distracted shooting at bottom gate, overextend, kill you guys, take mid. So you have to be smart about this. What I like to do, if I notice that there's like 1 or 2 bottom gate, that is a focus fire I will call. If it's their whole team, I'm probably telling my gate team to slam, and I'm telling my mid team, depending on the situation, I'm gonna probably zoom out, check to see if they're overextending, then be like, okay, everyone shoot it, or I'm gonna be like, shoot bottom gate and then get ready to look at the mid overextension, something like that. Because as soon as I see this mid team overextension, if my mid team is not looking at the mid overextension, my mid team is going to get fried. I don't want that to happen. This last little area, I don't think I talked about it, but it's gen. This is called Death Valley. It's called Death Valley because if you go here, you're probably gonna die. It's not recommended. If you don't have mid, and you don't have gate, you should stack gen on the side closest to the hangar. You hold the top, you heal up, you cross. By the time once your gate team pushes in gate, you drop off as they're fighting it. You get back on mid. For the love of everything sweet and nice and good in life, if you are off spawn on mid or off spawn on gate, do not walk in a straight line. If you're off spawn on mid, come up like this. If you really want to be precarious, you can come here to this light post, cross, and now you're out of danger completely. If you're a baller like me, what I like to do is I'll come here. Do not do this if you are not someone who has a brain. I like to call this, and I think it works usually well. If I'm in a group and I have a lot of off spawns with me and we don't have mid, I will come say, everyone walk up, do not stack gen, and everyone shoot back at their light post. But this is a very common spot for them to peek. There's usually going to be at least one person peeking like this to like shoot the mid off spawns as they're walking up in a straight line, probably unaware. If you, the leader, are aware of this, you can abuse it and take that free kill or two. Everyone shoots back at them. Nice. Now you come up, you heal. Now you come up the rest of the way mid. It's very important when you come up mid, you do not shoot back at gate and you just heal. You have good pathing, because if you have 2 people, let's say you're 6 people are on mid, and by the way, the default split for Ordana is usually 6 mid, 6 gate. I forgot to mention that. Let's say that, you're walking up mid and there's 6 of you. 2 people decide to shoot back. These people, they could hit every shot. They're probably not going to. That means there's 2 less people getting healed, 2 more people in the back that are shooting like this, so that means they're not sprinting with the mediguns out. That means that they're walking slower. They're in the back, they're going to die. Now less heals. Now your mid team is either going to die to the gate, probably lose an extra person or 2, and then if they don't die to the gate, their mid team's just going to overextend immediately because they have more numbers and they have gate. So it's very important that when you are coming up mid, you basically are hugging the gen, not healing. If you're by yourself, there's different pathing you should use, but if it's like your full team, literally just come up here, come up here, come up here, come up here. The way I like to reinforce, I think it's really good for everyone to like do this. If I'm by myself on mid, there's a lot of things to be like know that are going to potentially shoot at you. Firstly, their lamppost. Just get out of the way of it if you're by yourself. It's not worth it. Then gate. You can do that. You can basically get out of the way completely. You can come up and you can run to the right here, and then run back to the left really quick out of the angle of your side gate. And then if they have someone their side gate shooting at you, which is kind of troll honestly, they probably won't. You can kind of just use the angle of your light post to get in the way. As you can see, it gets in the way somewhat decently if you get there quick enough. And between the red pipes and the lamppost, unless someone is literally sitting like back here just being an absolute jerk, or maybe like right here being an absolute jerk to you and like putting your name in the death note, like you will probably make it up. Just like you don't ever like die to reinforce an Ordana. It's always true. Like if you're by yourself and you're stuck here, just stay here for a second. There's gonna be an off spawn. There's gonna be an opportunity. If you're like right here and you're getting beamed, there's no shame in hiding on the pillar. It's not a great spot to sit at, but if that's what it's gotta be, that's what it's gotta be. You know, it's a lot about playing your life on Ordana and playing together as a team, which is really important. I'll do far left first, Hanger before I go bottom. So, Hanger is really great because, firstly, if you pre-rotate this point and you get your team in before their team, it is basically impossible to take back. That being said, that occurs for every point basically. However, if you get your full 12 genuinely inside of term on this area of Hanger, they are not going to take it back, like no matter what they do, because they're just going to get like obliterated if they try and push you. So you can cap it. If you get here early and you are the one pre-rotating, you can hold up on this. If you see them coming, like main or their funnel, you can hold up like this and let your team wrap and like shoot for you when they try and wrap out to kill you, because they have to jump out like this to shoot at you, or come out like this. So you can kind of abuse this, or like maybe they have to come out like this, which is good because that means your team can shoot at them while they are not shooting at your team, and you can just kind of be like really annoying and hide here, like us around. If you were super early to pre-rotation and you're a good soldier, there's no one coming funnel because you checked, that they're all main and gate still, you can come all the way here and come to this back lamppost. This is a great spot to be. However, if you're here and even if you are bad, it is a great spot to be. The one most important thing that people often do when they are on the other team's back lamppost is they shoot their gun too early, and they get themselves exposed. The other team calls it out, and then the off spawns all go and push them out. Usually, if your team is competent, your team will be able to shoot for you. So let's say your leader says, okay, they're going to shoot for Sage Mode Yi. He's in the back lamppost. You can shoot their cross as they pad up cannon, and then shoot them slamming off, or shoot them if they're bots crossing like this, which is just totally stupid. But they're probably gonna pad up because it makes more sense. There's more cover. So you're gonna hear that call. Everyone shoot for Sage Mode Yi. Everyone shoot for Yi. Everyone shoot for Yi. So that means if you're the leader and you see them crossing this way if you see them crossing towards the person in the back lamppost rather than crossing to the right up towards term, you gotta call that out. That's very important. The other thing, people often do this, is they get way too obsessed with main. Main is great for a crossfire and great for getting some kills. However, people often call focus fires on it or peek it at the wrong time. If your team has main, or if main is either owned by your team or is unoccupied, feel free to have, usually people will do this by default, have someone peeking like the right side of this crate. Is really good to have that extra angle on term because their whole team is going to be swinging right like this probably when they go for term. So if you're over here, they're all going to be looking like this. They're probably not even looking at you in their FOV because they're more focused on the 8 people shooting back at them. So it's a great little spot. Let's say your full team's in funnel. You can also, like, let's say again they don't have main. You could probably have most of your team should be on this crate. Maybe 1 or 2 could be on the back, and then you could try and get 1 or 2 people split between your light posts. So these are really great because if you're good, like let's say I am on this far one, I can literally just beam their team as they're walking up here. However, it's very easy to just shoot back at a die at. So if you're here or you send someone here, just in general, make sure you're smart about when or how you peek. you really don't even need. There's like literally like it's just the freest stats ever. You literally just sit back here, and whenever your team swings or they're not looking at you, you pop shot them, and you probably clear their whole team by yourself if you play it correctly. Let's say that you notice after them trying to go for term a few times, you just got a ton of kills. Let's say it was a 12v12 in hangar. You had term, they didn't cap term. Now it's a something realistic, like a 5v10. Maybe you lost 2 when you were swinging, but they lost 5 between going for term and swinging. This is a great time for you to just overextend funnel. If you have more numbers than them, you can literally just, it sounds so like weird or stupid, but like you can literally just walk them down, kill them all, and then come main. So main, if you're main, you see where it rotates to. At the end of the point, of course, do not give the, unless you're giving the point. You never really want to sit here unless you're crossfiring, and you definitely don't want to sit in the middle here. If you have a main team, and let's say again we're on the soul team, you're coming in, you're hugging this wall, and you're beaming their mid, and then you're beaming this crate right here. You're beaming this. If they don't have a great presence on this crate, you can also look at the walk up, and then the cross from this crate on my ping to this crate on my new ping. Peeking anything else is very troll. The problem with main is that if you are too hyper fixated, and let's say you don't have a mic calling it, if you're too hyper fixated on peeking this for your 12 damage, their team can send someone main right behind you, come in like this, and absolutely destroy your whole main team by just these people shooting back at you, and then this person flanking in behind you. So make sure you're aware of these things. Let's say you won the point, you overextended, you got like 8 people in, you got 6 people in here maybe. Let's say that you lost a few on that overextension. Now you have 2 choices depending on the situation. You can either overextend out to their side or cross out to your side. If their team is pre-rotated, they're going to be set up to shoot at this cross out. It is a very common thing. If I see that they have a large amount of people in far left, I am literally telling my entire team, mid and gate, to only look at this and get ready to look at them crossing out. It is the freest kills ever, and they should honestly all just get vanquished immediately. Like, it should not even be a question. Yeah. Basically, that's just about it, I feel like. Funnel off spawn, in case you didn't know, you can either go through here to this door, or you can go through from your spawn. This is spawn. You come in to here. It's, I think, going through spawn, like let's say you died and the leader says rotate far left. I think it's like a step or 2 faster to go to the through spawn from this side. It's also a little more beneficial because you can't really die to gate or mid here. Like let's say you coming up mid to go back in this way. If they have someone off spawning mid, which again in like competitive events or with experienced teams, they will have someone sitting here like this, or maybe more realistically on their crates and looking at this cross. This removes the entire chance of you dying if you literally just go through spawn. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to go back through, but like, yeah. So, always go the safest way possible if your team has turn to reinforce. Last point is bottom. So, the main pushes for this are, you're either going to go vents. It's usually best to do a combination of things and not just one thing full team, because it gives them one place to look. My personal preference push, if I need to take bottom, I like going their F2. So F2 is down here, main is all the way at the bottom. And then this is vent. So I'll send, let's say, my mid-team vent. If it's a really good team, or like an experienced team on Ordana, I'll say, gate team, you guys are going to drop main, look for a kill, pad up and go their F2. So this means I'm sending my gate team to drop down, come here, shoot some kid named like Jolly Roger 123, sitting around in the open, doing absolutely nothing. Then they quickly pad up, they go in F2, and now that's an extra kill or 2 out of base, and then they drop. You can also split both F2s, people do that. You can also go like full team main and just cross in. That's a little more troll depending on the situation. Everything is very situational, depends on how many people you have, how many people they have. Another cool thing, these things right here, they are one-way glass windows. You can look through these and see exactly where their team is set up. So let's say you are here and you see their entire team is like not even in term, and you can see they have like a few people jumping around on mech. Perfect. I'm telling my team, we're going to split F2s. We are running it down right to mech like this. Literally, because they have 3 people and they're not going to be able to stop 12. Usually when you drop F2s, most people default to coming in the red door. We call this butt crack. You come in butt crack up here. You know, come all the way around the left, or around the right. This is called butt crack usually. That's what I like to call it. I don't know where I heard this call out from, but it's usually what I call it. These things are called cauldrons. The best pathing to do is to drop and W key right to cauldrons. This is because when you, again, send your whole team to be choked out in a little tiny spot where they can all shoot back at from multiple spots. Think about it. Here, 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 here. Maybe they flank behind you here. Maybe they have one main here. So like now your team, if they are all coming butt crack, they are getting annihilated from literally every single angle in the point basically, except for like anyone standing around the middle. And newsflash, there will never be anyone standing like right here unless they're trolling. So your team is screwed. If you come cauldrons, however, one person's always going to be in the back. They're probably going to go back here by default just to play their life a little. That's fine. You come up here, you get to your side mech, you heal up a second. Okay, we're going to push him out mech, wrap out mech, 3, 2, 1, wrap right, push him out, whatever. Whatever you want your call to be. You can fight mech, you win mech, you capture him, and you hold mech. Mech is basically the power position. If you have a noob team on Ordana, don't bother sending anyone cauldrons, don't bother sending anyone main. Just have your team play mech. They are going to have to run it down in the open to get to you. And if you have a noob team that doesn't know what they're doing, or you are a little inexperienced yourself, you can just do this, and it's like the easiest way for you to be able to hold this, because like I just said, you can shoot them dropping their F2, shoot them dropping your F2, shoot the crouching red door, and call a swing on them coming butt crack. You can shoot them if they're walking in the open main. You have the control right here, even if you don't think you do. This is definitely the best spot you want to hold. This is what everyone is going to be fighting over, is this backside of mech. Again, then padding up. Padding up is really important. So like, let's say you won the point. Sometimes a lot of groups like to pre-rotate early on Ordana because it's hard to take points back when once the other team has their full team in it. So let's say you keep your whole team bottom for the whole 100 whatever seconds. If you wait till that rotating 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 at the top of your screen, your team is going to get annihilated because they're just going to all look at you padding up, red pipes, or they're all going to be they're all just going to be in holding the point that you need, and now you are basically taking it back while they already have the best hold possible. So let's say you lose the point once or twice, and they have their full team in a point. Just give it. Just get out. Don't even bother pushing for it off spawn. Pre-rotate, take map control. Let's say you win it, and you got the majority of the time. Let's say out of 100, you got their push ended. Their most recent push ended at 60 seconds into the 100 or 120 seconds. This is a good time to rotate. You got most of the points. By the time they go vent to term to whatever, or come mains F2 to whatever, they're going to have, that's another 10, 20 seconds. They're only going to get 20 seconds off that. If you're winning every point 80 seconds to 20 seconds, you are in very good shape. Anyways, as I was saying, padding is very finicky. If you have a team with a brain and you are top and you want to look at them padding, guess what? You can have your team, just come here. Or not everyone, but you're gonna have someone who can hit their shots, shoot right down at them as they pad up. It's very, very cool and very, very free stats. However, if you are rotating, I would highly recommend taking your entire team to your side pads. So let's say I'm the one rotating here. It's my team. We're gonna run out main, pad up, come here, I'm gonna say heal up a second. Everyone pad our side. 3, 2, 1, go. We're all gonna pad up in a blob together. Get behind red pipes, heal. So, depending on the situation, people will like to do a few things from this point. Either they will send their full team on red pipes to gate to make sure they have it, or they will just say, cross to your sides. It really depends on the personal preference of the leader. Me personally, depends on the situation. If I'm worried we might not have gate, or, maybe we don't have gate right now and they already have gate, I'm going to send my people on red pipes to gate, because gate is very hard to retake if you don't get it initially on a gate point, or even if it's a midpoint and they're just beaming you gate. It's very hard to do anything if your team doesn't have any form of gate presence. Other than that, I don't believe I missed anything. I hope this was educational and helpful, and have a good night.